This is the highest round on every single World at War map. The first map we have up is Nectar and Toten, which is also the first zombie map ever made. Let's keep in mind a few things with this. First of all, there is no perks or pack-a-punch or anything like that on the map. You have your mystery box, and that's about it. So if you get hit with them 2 hits, that's game over. The next thing to consider with all these World at War maps is that World at War is an extremely old game. Some maps are going to be a little bit easier, some maps are going to be a little bit more difficult. For Nectar and Toten, the way the zombies work, the zombies are kind of stupid on this map compared to later maps like Doris. On Nectar and Toten, it's going to take a second for these zombies to actually hit you and, do their damage. So as long as you can keep a consistent path going and not get trapped by them, you're going to be a-okay. The world record for Nectar and Toten is 8,817. And this was achieved by Krups. Now, Krups is an insane zombies player. We've talked about him on the channel a few times with some of his world records, and he's more famously known for his World at War world records. But how was he actually able to achieve this world record? Well, even though Nectar and Toten is a relatively difficult map due to lack of, pack-a-punch and perks and stuff, but the way that zombies work, it makes it a little bit more easier. First of all, like I said before, they're kind of stupid, right? They're kind of dumb. They're not going to hit you as fast as the Doris zombies will or the Vanguard zombies will. Second of all, only 24 zombies spawn in per round, making it so that you can actually progress rounds relatively quickly. You have the flamethrower, which is actually a relatively good weapon because it has limited ammo, and the damage it does isn't too bad either. And after round 163, you'll start getting insta-kill rounds, which allows all your weapons to insta-kill. The biggest issue with Nectar and Toten is the reset time, because that's what you're going to be kind of racing against when you're going for a record like this. Krups resetted in roughly 154 hours, which is actually kind of insane to think about, considering that's probably more hours than I've actually played zombies on like a game like Black Ops 4, but it's absolutely insane. And this record wasn't achieved super long ago. He achieved this on the 6th of December 2023. So even the oldest zombie map is still getting records broken to this day, which is absolutely insane. But Krups will be in the description below, so make sure to go check him out. He is a great zombies player, and we'll move on to our next map. For our next zombie map in World at War, we have Vanguard. Jumping away from Nectar and Toten, this map brings a good few new features. First of all, the power switch that lets you gain access to the 4 new consumables on the map, known as perks. These are Juggernog, which gives you more health, Double Tap, that makes your weapon fire faster, Speed Cola, that makes your weapons reload quicker, and then Quick Revive, which only works on co-op on World at War, but in later games would let you revive yourself up to 3 times per game. And then for the co-op aspect of it, it lets you revive your teammates faster. There are also traps on this map as well, which make it so you can kill zombies infinitely forever with ease. So you're not having to rely on a wonder weapon that kills infinitely. Our world record for Vanguard is round 3,365. And this was achieved by Krups. And his main strat for this map is using the traps that we have that kill infinitely, alongside the flamethrower, which we know from Nact is a really powerful weapon, and the MP40 as well. Unfortunately, he gets stuck here and then his game ends. But you can see that his game lasted 45 hours and 44 seconds. Now, in some ways, I would say Vanguard is easier than Nact, because obviously you have traps and you have perks and such as well. But in a lot of other ways, it's a lot more difficult. The zombies are a lot more aggressive on this map compared to Nectar and Toten, first of all. This with combination of not really any great training spots either. It's quite easy to get stuck on these corners, and your only really good way of getting out of situations is just being a good zombies player, which Krups is. But sometimes, regardless, you're just going to get yourself stuck somewhere, and there's just not really going to be a way around it. It'd be interesting to see how high you could really push this world record if Quick Revive actually worked on this map. But like I said previously, in the World at War iteration of the perk, it only really works in co-op, and you're just taking up a perk slot if you actually buy it. I mean, it doesn't do anything. There's only 4 perks in the game anyway, but why would you buy it? It doesn't do anything unless you just want to look at it. This world record was achieved on the 15th of May 2022, so it's one of the older ones compared to Nact that was beat, well, not quite recently, but towards the end of 2023. But overall, a super impressive world record. and I'll leave a link to the full video and Krups' channel once again in the description below. With that said, let's move on to our next zombie map, Shinonuma. Now moving on to Shinonuma, let's talk about all the big changes that happen in this map in terms of gameplay. First of all, there's a brand new wonder weapon, the Wonderwaff. And in this map, it lets you get drops, it instantly kills, making it so you can play the game a lot faster compared to Verrucht and Nectar and Toten. Also with the benefit of the zombies not being as aggressive on this map as well, and also having dog rounds, which when you beat them will give you a max ammo, makes it so the playtime in this map's a lot quicker. Still the same 24 zombies around. The runs on this map can be absolutely insane when well optimized. So insane that it actually holds the world record for the highest round in all of COD Zombies. This being round 11,843. And this was achieved by Enquiries. And his game time in total is about 105 hours and 29 minutes. Pretty much spot on that time. His main strat late game is going to be using the Wonderwaff and then occasionally the trap and standing in this area here just outside the trap. It's the most open and I'm assuming it's going to be the spot where the spawns are going to be the fastest. With this you also have the insta-kill rounds as well active, so you're able just to mow down zombies pretty quickly. You can see even just from the gameplay here, the zombies have a bit more of a jogging run rather than a complete sprint towards you compared to Verrucht zombies, and they're a bit more aggressive than Nectar and Toten zombies. And he comes over this area here for dog rounds because he knows all the spawns and stuff, so he's just like getting ready to fire at them already. And yeah, like the highest round in all COD Zombies, what an insane game and such a skilled player. All his details will be linked down in the description below. With that said, we can now move on to our final map in World at War, Doris. So let's talk about Doris for a second and what's really changed. The only really brand new addition to the map is Pack-a-Punch, which allows you to upgrade your weapons to make them stronger, which in later games isn't going to be that much of a factor. You're actually going to want a wall weapon so you can buy traps. The biggest difference on this map, once again, is going to be the zombies. Now, they're not super sprinters like Verrucht, they're not stupid like Nectar and Toten zombies. They're very similar to Shinonuma zombies, but when they grab you or brush against you, they suck you in. You have to kind of think of them like a black hole because you're going to be drawn into them, and it's very hard to get out of them once you're like stuck beside them. Also with Doris, the main wonder weapon, the Wonderwaff, is extremely dangerous to use for the player. This is because it has a little bit of splash damage, and if it touches you, it pretty much completely removes your health. So you're not going to feel the benefits of having Jug, that's going to be useless. So a lot of people don't actually use it unless it's early game, and they'll use, like we're using here, the Tommy gun, and then also the trench gun for the dogs. Now getting to the actual world record of this map, it is round 194, and this was achieved by Tails Can Fly. And this game took them 59 hours and 24 minutes. But unfortunately, it gets stuck on them said zombies here that have like the zero gravity effect where they just drag you in. So, well, again, once you get hit, it's pretty hard to get out of it. World at War is just one of those games I love because there's such a variety of the maps in terms of how they actually work, since it's the first Zombies project that's ever been made. And there's so many different play styles that you have to kind of go to play each map. But all these guys are insane Zombies players. They'll all be linked in the description below. And if you did enjoy this video, please consider subscribing and check out this video right here.